So, just so that I don't mess it up, you want to repeat your question for me once more?
All right. From the author's point of view, what do you think the rise of Nadella to be being the CEO of Microsoft signifies, specifically for the Indian lot?
I was just playing with you. I remembered it. All right. So firstly, thanks, Narayan, Latif. Those were very kind things to say about the book, and I appreciate that. So, while you were asking me that question, my mind was going back several years, and I was thinking about when I was in school, and that was a long time back now. We had brilliant teachers, and we had brilliant students. The good thing was that the emphasis on teaching, on education, was on building technical competence. And I think that's brilliant. I mean, what are you if you're not technically competent, right? Guys? Yes? Thank you. So then, what's the write-up? I think it's good if you're technically competent. But beyond a stage, you need something else. So what could be more than technical competence, I ask you? What is that one element which, if you do not have, could impede your progress despite you being the most technically competent person? I see some educators sitting here. Dr. Narayan.
The human side.
The human side.
To continue learning.
To continue learning. And I think one thing that Satya has really done well, impeccably well, is that he's brilliant with people, as Latif said. And there isn't much of a substitute for that. So if I were to go back to your question now, Binoj, I think one of the things that we would probably gain by, as a nation, as a people, is if somewhere in our elementary education, along with that terrific focus on technical competence building, we could also start an emphasis on behavioral competence, on skills that young students, young boys and girls, would probably require, which helps them relate better with people. And when they join corporates, I've spent a few years on the corporate side, I work with people in corporates. I find that in the initial years in corporates, somewhere in the rush to build technical competence, without saying as much, I think the focus on the human side becomes substantially low. And that is an area where if you could focus, I think with the kind of education system that we have and the kind of talent we have in this country, it's not just one Satya Nadella. I think we can have thousands of Satya Nadellas there. So it's the human element that we need to focus on.
Great.